Hello and welcome to Favorite Rugby on Favorite Sports. For today's video, we're a day after South versus France, and it's a bit early to put this video out because I usually wait until a bit later in the week. But we have had an update from us regarding some injuries and stuff like that, and it is such a busy week ahead that I wanted to get my Springbok team prediction video out sort of sooner rather than later. Quite a difficult one to do because it's difficult to understand exactly what the plan will be. I think there does have to be some rotation to a certain degree, but it can't be a lot really. We're talking about two more games, 100 160 minutes of rugby, regardless of what the result this weekend, we'll still play a third and fourth game, and you'll probably rotate a bit for that. But for potentially a semi-final and a final, it's a difficult one because you need to get past the semi-final while still having enough in the tank for final. So it's an interesting one because you can't just blindly rotate. You're taking on England's side, which is getting better and can't be written off and can't be taken lightly. They'll raise their game. It's a bit of a grudge match these days. England and South Africa is a Rugby World Cup classic. It really is. We beat them in two finals, for example. Um, we beat them in France in the final 2007, but we've had some pretty big games against England in the World Cup. So they're not a side that you can take lightly. So you can't afford to really rotate too much this weekend. But I'll be interested to see if, from a tactical perspective, that might necessitate a couple of changes. And so I'm going to give you what my team is. And I've got pretty much the same team as what we saw yesterday. I have made one or two changes, and I'm going to sort of highlight a couple of players who I wonder if there might be rotations there as well. Now, before I sort of reveal my team and sort of talk you through the process, please do smash like on the video. Please do subscribe to the channel as well. Right, so this is what I have gone with. As I said, very similar to yesterday. So I've gone with the same pack. Stephen Kitsoff, Bongi Manambi, France Moher, I'm pretty sure that won't change. I think what they will want to try and do is bring them off early. I do think they will try and see if they can give Kitsoff, Malherbe, and Bonambi sort of 50 minutes tops. And I think Mbonambi will actually come off and Deonfrey would potentially come on a hooker. Because I do think that, look, you got to win the same final. So it all kind of depends on how it's going. But, ideally, in terms of best preparation for a final, you want to try and get ahead, get yourself into a comfortable position, be able to bring off a couple of players and still back the players off the bench to do a job. Second row, I think Eben Etzebeth and Franco Mostert will continue. I don't think there's any reason to change. I also think they're two players that can play a lot of minutes. They did have 2 weeks off before this game, by the way. Just remember that. And some of them didn't play against Tonga, so some of them actually had quite a long week. So yeah, some of them. So the likes of Franco Mostert and Eben Etzebeth, I think I expect them to be okay. I think Siya starts, as does Peter Steph Toy. I've got a gut feeling that Jasper Wiese might be involved. I don't think France are a pack you can bully. I think the box will fancy this England pack. I genuinely do. I think that Mario Toji is a shadow of his former self at the moment. If you ask me, Chessum I think is a decent player, but Courtney Law's been had a great game this weekend. I think it's a pack that the box can really look at trying to get into. And for that reason, I do think we're also going to go with a 6-2 split. But I wouldn't be surprised if I see Jasper Wiese. Also, it's about managing Dwayne Vermeulen. If you want Dwayne Vermeulen to start in the final potentially, you've got to look at managing his minutes. I think he has proven that he can be a great impact player. I think that's maybe where they'll look at him for this weekend. I also think that Faf de Klerk will start. And I've got a weird feeling that Andre Pollard will start as well. And they might look at a different approach in terms of tactical arm wrestle in the first half of really battering England, trying to sort of win those points, win those collisions, take the penalty, build a lead, and then making changes in the second half. So I've got a feeling that Faf de Klerk and Andre Pollard will start. I think they work as a combination. I think Jason Colby and Curtly Arendse will continue as wings. Maybe an outside shout for Curtly Arendse, but I'll be very sorry, Kane Moody ahead of Curtly Arendse, but I don't think so. Similarly, I don't think we can see Andreas de Hayes. We might, maybe. And Jesse Creel has played, I think, the most minutes for the box, but I don't think you're dropping him. I think he's too important defensively. And he had an absolute blinder yesterday. He's also such good condition. He's such good fitness. Always. So I don't think that the game time's an issue. Similarly, I think Damian Willemse. I've gone with a 6-2 split. Therefore, Damian Willemse has to be involved in the 23. Where I think these days he's starting. We could see a Willie LaRue start and Damien Williams on the bench, but I personally think the box really want to have a Monty Box as well as an Andre Pollard in the 23. So for that reason, I've gone with Damien Williams. So, look, I could be very wrong. I'm not entirely sure about a 6-2 with no Willie LaRue on the bench, for example. But yeah, and then off the bench, I've got Dion Free, Oxen Chair, Vincent Cox, same front rows yesterday. I think when Arceus name on Quacker Smith, and I've added Dwayne Vermeulen to the bench as a extra forward. I think, we're talking about three players good over the ball over there in the likes of Quacker Smith, Dwayne Vermeulen, and Dion Free. Arceus Neyman's been brilliant as an impact player, so I think that'll continue to be the case.
And then I've gone with Kobus Reinach and Mani Libbok because they can, I think Libbok can change the game when he comes on late. I think that'll be the plan. I think you want to batter England, put them on the back foot. We've seen how they have sometimes failed towards the end of the game, and if you bring on a Mani Libbok and really up the ante against England in the latter stage, I think that could be a really interesting ploy. The alternative, obviously, is to start Mani Libbok and to try and sort of score a try too early and then sort of bring on Pollard to sort of see out the pressure stages of the game. So it'll be interesting to see whether we go with the method we saw yesterday or what we'll go see. I'd be very surprised to say I think Mani Libbok will have to be in the 23. Will definitely be in the 23. I just don't see them leaving out Pollard. So for that reason, it could be a 5-3 split, but I think that we could bully this England pack, or I think that could at least be a tactic. And as a result, I sort of sense that we might go back to a 6-2 split. Let me know what you think down in the comments below. Smash a like on the video, subscribe to the channel as well. Thank you very much for watching. My name is Steven. I'll chat to you soon.